Yo, 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 you know what it is. It's your boy Snow, man. 3 points, baby. You know what it is. Conversion. Let's get it.
Coach, you're muted.
I was doing the Danny Thompson. Did anybody get that? I was doing the Danny Thompson. Sam, what's your question?
Well, first off, hope you do.
Fantastic. I'm doing great.
I know the
3 o'clock game. I love the Swarm. I've had a lot of conversation with Jay Hernandez. They're in a good spot. I can't wait to watch them. I'm thrilled for what's ahead for that group and excited to watch them, see their growth and development. Wish I was there in person to watch them, but all the best to them. We're watching them. I think it's a great opportunity for everybody, including Jay and the entire staff. So, yeah, let's get the G League going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go to Rick and then Rod.
JB, we just saw that Devonte is listed as questionable to play tomorrow. You mentioned last night that you guys want to be cautious in dealing with this groin strain. If he plays, how would that guide how you use him initially?
Yeah, I'll talk to Joe after this and make sure, number one, he can play. And then what are those restrictions? I don't have those yet. And there could be some minute restrictions, either in the totality or in the segments. I don't have that yet, Rick. So let me see what Joe says. Number one, let's see if he's a go. If he's a go, what do those minutes look like? And if there are any restrictions. Obviously, that'll dictate a little bit of what I do tomorrow night. So first steps first. He had a good workout today. That was encouraging. It doesn't mean he'll play, but that was encouraging today.
Would you anticipate him going back into the starting lineup?
I don't have that yet. I don't want to speculate just yet. I'll have more after this. I was really, I dug into our game last night. That's been my focus. Obviously, I'll look ahead tonight and tomorrow to the game. And put our rotation together. It's a question I'm going to have to answer. I know everybody's eager for it and wants an answer right now. I don't have that for everybody, but certainly in the next 24 hours, I'll have something for everybody. That's if he goes. He still may not go. So let me figure out first where we're at with Devonte, and then I'll make those calls from there.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey, JB, I guess following up on that a little bit, is that a good problem to have? Obviously, if Devonte comes back, you got to kind of figure out how you fit guys and rotation-wise. I mean, obviously, we don't have something set, but to have him come back, I'm sure that kind of benefits you guys in a way that you're looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, Devonte is a big part of our program and what we're doing here. So we missed him. I think last night was a classic example of missing Devonte. Could have used him out there to steady us. And so, no matter if he's a starter off the bench, if he plays first quarter, second quarter, fourth quarter, the guy produces for us, and he's a good thing for us. So just having him back on the floor is a good problem. It's a good thing for me and for us. So the sooner he's back, the better. Obviously, there's things that, I have to figure out those rotations as we go, but I can deal with that. That's my job.
The other thing is, you mentioned the game last night. Did you look at the defense in terms of three-pointers and how you guys can maybe fix some of the issues you were having, or is that just more of effort or whatever you want to call it out there?
No, there's a little bit of effort and scheme issues on our end. There's definitely stuff on our end. There were definitely a number of shots that were too clean for them, especially at the three-point line last night. Not all of them, though. I mean, they had some guys that don't typically knock down at that rate that made shots, so you got to give them credit. They made shots, timely shots. Some of those were our breakdowns, and some of those you got to tip your hat to them. They made shots last night. So we faced it, we watched it, we grew from it, we talked it out just now. And the hope and belief is that we'll be better tomorrow night.
Let's go to Danny and then wrap up with Christos.
Coach Danny Thompson with 3-point conversion. At least my mute button's not on right now. That's the most important thing. You mentioned earlier about
today 1 for 1, Danny.
Hey, listen, it's progress. Like you said, it's part of the program.
Progress. Hey,
all right, speaking of the program.
Just stay consistent. Stay consistent.
Exactly. Exactly. So you mentioned the program. As you probably told the players, Grant and Vernon and the guys that were coming on the roster going down to Orlando, how much did you tell them about the progress of what Devonte has done and what the Martin twins have done in getting to the big club and how important it is to play good down in Orlando playing for Greensboro?
Yeah, we had a conversation. I was able to speak to the group as a whole, and I did do that individually with each guy before they left on what I expect and what I'm looking for. So there's constant communication there, or consistent communication anyway. And they understand the value of the G League and what it's done for certain people in our program. And I think what Jay Hernandez is doing as well is he has other young or other players that have gone through our program and other programs that have made it, and you just got to believe and stick with it and grow and develop. And we have a good track record, to your point. So we're watching, we're using that league, we value that league, and that's important. And I think Devonte and a number of other guys are good examples of that. And so, yeah, to answer your question, we have pointed them in that direction, and we expect them to play the right way, play well, and use this as an opportunity to springboard your career. So the biggest thing is they know we value it, Danny, and they know we're watching. Those two things give them a chance, and they got to go out and produce and do the right things on their end. But I'm excited for them. I think it's a good group down there.
And quick follow-up on that. Speaking of development, what do you think Nick is in his development being on the big club instead of being down in Orlando? Nick Richards.
What's his development?
How do you think his development is coming along compared to not being down there?
Well, I mean, we're doing what we can here. He doesn't get a ton of reps in live games, obviously. But we're doing what we can pre-practice, post-practice, and pre-game. So we're trying to give him as much live simulation as possible. It's a challenge, but I think he's handled himself well. Part of development is the mental development and the physical, obviously. He's doing a very good job in the weight room. We need him to get stronger, more physical. I think he has a chance to make it in this league if he does that. So adding the right muscle mass and the right strength there is going to be important. So that's progressing nicely. He's working hard there. I don't have to drag him into the gym. I don't have to drag him into the weight room. I don't have to drag him in the film session. He and Coach Iskey are tied at the hip right now. They're watching film every day. He's trying to figure out his role and what he could look like in the NBA. So he understands what we're looking for. He knows what we need: the defensive presence, the rebounding, the ability to run the floor, put pressure on the rim, on the rolls. That's all. Doesn't need to do any more, any less than that. And it's pretty simple right now for him. So my hope is that we can get him to Orlando and he can get some live reps there. But I've been pleased with what I've seen out of Nick so far.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Christos and then Jason.
Hello, Coach. How are you?
Hi, how's Greece?
Good. A little bad weather, but okay.
I don't feel bad for you. No, I don't feel bad for you. You're eating all that good Greek food.
Yeah, no doubt. I would like to ask you, games like that against the Grizzlies, how useful for you are about the rest of the season, and what different do you expect to see from your players on the next game?
I expect us to be better. We got to be better defensively. Our communication, our attention to details got to be better. Our shot selection on offense has to be better. Our decision making has to be better. And for the most part, it has been this year. Last night was not a good example of that, obviously. So we all own it. We get better from last night. And, to me, I'm excited to see how we respond after last night's game on both ends of the floor. And it really starts on the defense, though. We got to be more locked into doing our job. Our efforts got to be better. And that's what I'm looking for tomorrow night.
Let's go to Jason and wrap up quickly because then we got Caleb coming right after Coach.
Hey, JB, hope you're having a good Thursday. It's more of an NBA philosophical coaching question, because obviously the way the game has evolved, where you have so many teams that put a priority on shooting threes and so many threes, but yet I know you guys have talked about this season being more aware, protecting the rim, protecting the paint. It seems like it's can be a catch-22 situation. So I'm curious as to how you handle that delicate balance between the two when it comes to defense?
Sure. It's a challenge. I mean, it is a challenge. The best teams in the league can do both. They take away the rim, they take away three. Those teams, God bless them. You know, we're trying to get there, but for us, you know, we're committed to at least doing one thing extremely well and trying to work on the margins of the 3-point line. And I'm going to live with it, you know, many nights. The teams are going to make some threes. They're going to take threes against our defense. Last night, the breakdowns of the open three are the ones I want to correct. You know, we don't want to give up the wide open three. We know teams are going to shoot it. And so far, it's been the right formula for us. Going into last night's game, we're 10th in defense, you know, and right now I think we're the best second half defensive team in the league. We're rated number 1 there. So, you know, I can't overreact to last night's game. We just got to get better on the margins there, you know, take away the more open ones. But it's a great philosophical question. It's something we've studied for years. This is not, you know, like the first time we've done this. Back to my days, you know, with San Antonio, we always asked ourselves the same question. How do we take away both? And that personnel probably lended more towards doing that. And that's why we were 1 or 2 in defense every year. Every year we were 1 or 2 in defense. It was like clockwork. For us, we're just not there right now. And that's okay. This is part of the process. And I got to do what's best for this group. And for me right now, that is the priority. That'll remain the priority. But where can we get better on the margins to answer your question and take away, you know, back to Rod's question as well. It's like, you know, what I'm seeing on film is too many wide open ones that we could have corrected or at least had a hand there to contest. The uncontested one is the one I'm going to worry about more at night and not sleep well. And those are the ones we dealt with today, Chase. You know, that's what we did today is we addressed those ones and how we can get better. So, and then the board as well. You know, I know you didn't ask about the board, but, you know, part of our maturity defensively, especially the last couple of weeks, we've been rebounding extremely well. Obviously last night, 19 offensive rebounds for them, 26 second chance points. Boy, if we take away the board, you know, maybe you can live with the threes last night, but I can't have both. You know, we gave up the board and we gave up threes. Not a good night for us defensively. So
I appreciate you indulging me, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you. If you have opinion, you know, you let me know.
Thank you, Coach. We got Caleb coming up right after Coach. So
thanks, everybody.
Thank you.